most part are like I can't believe I'm living here
in New York City.
Yeah, in New York City.
Aww.
And being here, and I was just tearing up actually on the way. I've been very emotional lately. I was tearing. Sorry. I was tearing up on the way here. Lucas is like, I was tearing up on the way here because like how beautiful it is. Like
it's really beautiful.
It's really
right
pretty.
now.
It's
like
also been, especially in the past couple of days, because the weather's been so mild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been but work is great. Work is good. And
what do you do for a job?
Good. I work at an ad agency.
Ah.
Boo, the enemy.
Oh my God, capitalism.
Kind of,
You're a corporate shill.
Yeah.
Unlike us, who are revolutionaries.
Right.
Yeah. We would never sell out to the big dogs. By the way, we're trying to sell out to the big dogs.
If you are a big dog,
hey, if you're a big dog,
we're looking for you.
Woof
woof is what we say.
Oh, I'm wagging my little tush right now.
Amazon, if you're here. Jeff Bezos, if you're here. What if we just sold
I'll
out
be your Zos.
to Zos? Big
To
Zos.
Zos.
Not a lot of
Big
people
Zos?
call him that, Big Zos.
Hey, big Zos.
What do you think you'd be really good at selling together?
Me and Lucas?
Yeah.
Well, short of a podcast, maybe like I feel like we'd have a good like pizza shop.
A pizza shop?
Yeah.
Am I too loud?
No. You're doing amazing.
You could be even louder.
You can stand to be louder. Dare I say you should take up space?
As a woman,
Yes.
you can take up space.
I give you permission. I, a man.
No,
What's your favorite
me.
part about living in New York, other than seeing us all the time?
I do like seeing you all the time. I don't know. It's just kind of like a battery. The city is like a battery. Like it doesn't. It's always going. Like there's always something going on.
Yeah.
Which I think is like bad in terms of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But I don't know. Everything just feels like so hopeful here. I don't know. In a way, in LA, that maybe it didn't as much. But it feels
LA
like there's so much. It's teeming with opportunity here.
Famously a grim city.
Grim.
Very, very grim.
Grim.
Nothing, no positivity. No bubbling, no hip happity hoppity, nothing going on in that city.
No, I
on.
know there's a lot going on in this city. I feel like
Yeah.
in LA, but I don't know. It's just there's more of a community here that
Yeah.
that just feels real. Like it just feels I don't know.
Because I have heard that about LA. People kind of get in their car bubbles after like mics or shows, and then
Right.
kind of like go home, and there's not. And maybe this is not universal, but maybe there's not as many hangs. Or whereas New York, it's like it's not just the mics and the shows. It's like being on the train, being
Yeah.
in an Uber, like all these little like tiny moments.
I do both.
Whoa, versatile king.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy for this award. Versatile King. That's me.
I know.
Oh no, I love your laugh. Please never change.
I think I can. I could if I would.
I've tried, but I
can't.
can't.
No, it's like people. I don't know. I wish somebody told me in LA to like hang out after mics. I would just go home. Be like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah.
But was that
it's-
not like part of the culture? Like, did people not really hang out as much?
Or was everyone doing it except you?
No,
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of like learning, like as you go along, like
Yeah.
what you should, like what is like great and what isn't great to
Yeah.
do. Like I like just went home and just was like, okay, whatever. I didn't like tape myself. I don't tape myself that much right now, or like have ever. But I don't know. It's good to like.
Oh, like doing stand-up tapes.
Yeah,
Not like
100%.
day-to-day routine. Like,
No,
Yeah.
not just
Film
tape
Not just my
myself.
daily like, hey, welcome to my channel. This is a 24/7 voyeur cam. You're gonna.
I'm Lucas. Hello, everyone. No, you don't sound like that.
Wait, do
I'm
that again,
sorry.
Do your
please.
Lucas impression.
Everyone.
What's your Gabby impression?
Oh please,
Um,
if you could do a Gabby. I would-
Gabagool. I'm not trying.
That was pretty good.
No, I don't want. I didn't prepare an impression, and I don't want to try to do it now.
Oh, you didn't get
Well,
the
you
memo.
just did it.
I did a really shitty one too.
Lucas did a pretty good impression of me the other day. That
Oh
was
yeah,
like that.
I can do. It's all body language though.
Yeah.
It's like it's just.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all
Seriously,
that.
you gotta watch the video. to
Beautiful,
see.
yeah. That's a beautiful little thing for the audio portion of the
Yeah,
podcast. Me
this
doing that.
auditory medium.
Yeah. That was gold.
I think you did it so well that even
It'll
convey
translate.
that, right?
Yeah.
into the ears.
That's what it's like being a professional.
Yeah.
That's the mark of a true
Go
queen.
on, go on.
I was
I can feel it in you that you've got nothing today and you're going with it. And I love that. I'm going to keep milking you until you're dry. Me, I'm all wet today. I'm lubricated.
Wow.
And I'm going to keep going.
That would be like if you could sell lube, the both of you. Like if you could like
We can sell lube
Ooh.
you could
together.
sell lube.
Oh, we definitely could sell a lube. What would set it apart from the others?
It's
Help us out.
You
You work
can-
in an ad agency. Help us out.
Both of y'all can use it.
Well, that's true of all lubes, isn't it? Every gender can use lube. Is that your copy editing? Is
I'm
that
not
what
a
You
you
just go, yeah,
I'm not a
Andy.
copywriter.
You're not a copywriter?
No.
What do you do?
I schedule things. I'm an assistant for
Oh,
okay.
got it.
Yeah. Oh. I'm an assistant.
Are you good at that?
I'm really good at it, actually. Yeah.
Are you big on Excel? Microsoft Excel?
I can do some Excel.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
taking an advanced course.
Do you
at
Excel?
work.
Really?
Yeah, to
Oh.
learn more skills.
What
What are you learning?
Yo, tell us.
I don't know. I haven't done the session yet, but
Do you have any idea of like the subject matter that you're going to encounter?
probably like formulas, right?
Formulas of what?
You'd think so.
Like how to organize things and
What if you fell in love with someone in your Excel class?
I mean, I'm running out of options. So
you
want to
get dirty in the spreadsheets?
I think it could work.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be like a smart queer in that, like who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
For
Maybe
sure.
has a coding background.
Oh,
Maybe
is there
from
anyone?
the West Coast?
Is there anyone of this with all these qualities at your job, or that you might encounter, or no?
Are you seeking beautiful woman at job?
Yeah.
No, everyone there is like so hot, like to a degree you can't even like really fathom.
That's good.
Daily.
But are you talking
we like hot people?
okay, but are you talking like Trader Joe's hot, or are you talking like CW hot, like inaccessible?
Oh yeah, that's true.
CW.
CW?
Like the channel,
the
the Gossip
network?
Girl, and
No,
oh,
just
yeah,
the
yeah,
letters.
yeah, CW.
Just the letters.
Copy white.
No. No, they're like
Copyright infringement.
everyone there is just like beautiful and they dress nice and they know how to dress themselves every day.
Like London.
That's such a hot
yeah,
quality
no,
when
it's like
someone knows
the
how to
hot-
dress
It feels like the
themselves.
hottest people you hear about in New York are in this one building.
yeah, I know what you mean. Have you made friends?
I have made friends. I have made friends. Yeah.
Do you make friends easily in the office in a new work environment? Do you go out, you talk to the people, you get to know them?
Yeah. Well, I think it's like some people can be so friendly, and I don't know, like when I'm talking to them, that maybe they're like really like high up and important because they don't. A lot of people don't lead that way there.
Yeah.
And they're very like sweet and like fun to talk to. I thought I was talking to a project manager, but I accidentally said to the head of PR, I messaged her, "Hey, Girlina." So
Okay, I
if you
love
can
a
imagine.
Girlina
So
moment.
I'm trying,
though.
and like it wasn't addressed because it was over Slack. But like I didn't edit it. I forgot to edit it, and then I addressed it like a few weeks later. And I was like, "I'm so sorry that happened." She was like, "Oh, I liked it."
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
But
there you go.
it was a risk.
Yeah,
It was a high risk situation.
But hey, I think a high reward.
a high reward.
knowing
reward.
that this gal is chill.
You
And-
guys
and
could
a
be
Girlina?
pulling a heist in 2 weeks' time.
It's true.
I feel
mean,
like Girlinas pull heists.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a it's a new word that
Yes.
I've learned. For me, it's new.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Cameron Berger.
Yeah.
I do
she
not
says
know
it.
Cameron Berger.
Oh, she rules.
She rules.
like her.
She's like an improv and
She's a
stand
Girlina.
up.
She's a girlina.
She's
Yeah.
a Girlina who does it all. She's in Australia right now though.
So she can't be in New York because
So
she's
she
in
can't.
Australia right
So
now.
she's a Girlina.
She can do most things.
Girlina.
Oh, girlina?
She's a-
Wait, dude.
Girlina.
Girlina? Yeah.
There you go.
I don't even know how to do that with my throat. What you just did.
Do it again.
That was impressive.
Girlina. Why do I think Australians are like Dory doing the whale voice? From
Yeah, that's what I was
Finding
thinking.
Nemo? Are you in Australia?
It's definitely a different way to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of a different way to talk, we should introduce our guest.
We are doing a different way to talk on this episode of Two Nosy
Meerkats, which is the podcast
Welcome.
that you're listening to.
We have a fantastic comedian that we've been eyeing, that we've been planning to have on for some time, haven't we, Gabby?
Yes, we have.
We have. We've been spying on her. We've been watching her. We've been listening, because that's what's important. You got to listen to women.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's a woman calling me right now, and I'm not picking up.
oh, yeah. Don't listen to all of them.
Not all of them.
Only
Just the one in front of you.
Only our guest, fantastic comedian, Molly Zalman.
Molly
A round of applause for Molly Zalman.
And you just started your own open mic, correct?
I did.
Where is
yes.
your open mic? Tell the people.
It's
and tell
at-
us about it.
It's at Pete's Candy Store,
Yes.
which is a bar, and not a candy store at all. But I have a mic with my buddy Julia Desmond. She's
Nice.
from North Carolina. She's from North Carolina. And we started it, and she wanted to call it Molly is Late mic, because I have to be tragically late every time because of work.
Ah, okay.
I love the concept.
Yeah, no, I didn't name it, to be clear. She was like, oh, we should name it. I was like, okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, she gets there early. It's going to be a bucket from now on. So people can just show up at 5. The bar doesn't open before 5. So if you get there at 5, you're in good luck. And just like talk to Julia, and we'll have a good time. It's from
Nice.
5 to 7 on Thursdays.
What do you look for in curating your own open mic in terms of like bringing either people who haven't tried comedy or people who are like really good at it, or everyone in between? Like, what's the environment you look to curate for them?
I have a related question afterwards, but
This
please
is a
answer.
really funny question, because this
Lucas is just checking that your angle is perfect.
And it is. Great.
This is a really funny question, because Gabby has run one of the most historic mics ever in New York City.
I don't know that it was one of the
asking
most
me this.
historic
Oh,
mics
it was
ever.
up there.
Someone
it's up
who
there
has-
with the greats of the open mics.
No, it's largely up there.
If that's my legacy, like I ran the greatest open mic. If that's the only legacy I have,
I think I'd be mad if that was my
I would
only
kill
leg.
myself. I would kill
it's
myself.
definitely second to Old Man Hustle. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. No, you ran a really good mic. We were so lucky. I only got a
Aw.
little snippet of what it was all about, but it was the best. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I think like when I first moved here, I was so nervous around everyone that I just like I didn't know what to do. But the more I would meet people at mics, the more like even if I didn't talk to them, I like just knew who they were. And I'd be, oh, like this person's here. Like that's great. That's cool. Just like a familiarity of like being in a space with people is good.
Definitely.
So I think we just want to create something that's
Beautiful. I'd love to know, what was your first open mic experience like? I'm assuming it was in LA?
no, it was
It
in
wasn't.
Boston.
Whoa. Okay.
Because you went to college around there, right?
Yes, Emerson.
Yeah, but
Take your time.
I started in Boston, but I didn't really like take it super seriously at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Did you start in college?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did this one. Yes, I did this one open mic.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's the first one maybe. Okay. Maybe that yes, okay, it is the first one. I thought I completely forgot about it.
That's okay.
I'm doing horrible for your editing job. I'm so
No.
sorry.
You're doing great.
No, I did it and I crushed. I was awesome. Everyone
Nice.
loved me. I was great.
That's fantastic.
That
Yeah.
was your experience.
Yeah, no, I fucking.
was
I
just awesome.
it was like, yeah. I was in New York visiting my cousin, and I was like, I should do this mic, and I was like, no, it's not enough time. I don't have enough time to repair. Making excuses. And then I was like, oh, and I wrote something and it was bad, and I did it, and people were very kind to me. I did really well. And then for like a year, I bombed straight and like did not do well for so long.
Did you do anything stylistically different from the first mic and then the subsequent ones, or was it?
No, I was just trying to say words and not like throw up.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like be up there.
Did you feel like you had stage fright?
Yeah, I always have stage fright. I have
Really?
stage fright right
Oh.
now.
Oh my God.
But I gotta.
Is there anything we could do to help dissipate
No, oh
it?
my! I'm just like, I think you guys are great. So I'm just lucky to be here. And
No,
this is really
no,
we're lucky to have
to
you.
No, this
have
is
you
really
in our
cool.
presence.
This is really cool.
I'm
honored.
You're,
I'm
I
very
think
flattered.
you're so funny.
That is the reason why you are here. Is
Usually I save this until the end. Yeah, fuck you.
No, yeah.
Usually I say this till the end, but recently you had a riff in one of your shows that I still think about to this day. So when you go on stage, you make these little faces when you deliver your jokes. And
You know what she's talking about. You know.
at one point you were talking about trying to make friends at work. And you said, I made this new friend, Chelsea. And then you just paused and lifted your arms like, what a name! And it really got me because when you are making a new friend, it does feel like that. You're like, all right, let me bank all my hopes on Linda. I'm banking my dreams on Amelia. I mean, that's it.
No,
that's it, yeah.
That's how I felt.
Kevin's is all I have. That was an old coworker.
And you're just wonderful. I feel so comfortable around you.
No,
Yes.
I feel so comfortable around you guys.
Oh yeah.
So
no,
how do you
it's
get
cool.
over stage fright then? Like just taking a year saying words on stage?
It's like not a good answer, but
No,
I just
please,
like
any answer.
No, it's
because
a
I
bad-
deal with stage fright too. I've nearly fainted on stage.
That's awful.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's awful.
Don't do it. No. Yeah, but
Don't do it.
don't do it.
That's awful.
But seriously, is there anything you can recommend to me or to anyone else about how to get over?
yeah, how do you help Lucas be better?
No,
Hey,
it's not like
this is
I
who we're
shouldn't
trying to
even
help right
recommend
now.
it.
It's me, and then fuck the audience. All right.
I remember like well, I did one of the first sets I did in London.
Ooh.
For the study abroad program. It was like extra credit if we did stand up at this like show.
What was the
at
program?
This, like, bar.
What was the
it was
program?
it was this I forget what it's called, which is so bad. But it was this London program for like a month. Everyone goes. It's like a study abroad for comedy.
Sorry, he was hiccuping.
No, I was burping.
Do you want me?
Oh,
to,
I thought it was a
do you want me to scare you to get rid of it?
scare him.
I don't have hiccups.
Scare him.
Well, I can't do it now.
Oh
He's
yeah,
attacking
no,
you.
go. No, please go for it.
I will, but I don't want to scream into the mic. But I will scare you to get rid of the hiccups.
Okay.
But it was this monthly intensive, and we went and just learned about comedy from England, and it was really cool. And my teacher, Tom, who's a legend, before I went up, he was like, "Oh, take a little bit of this," and he gave me his beer, and I had a drink. And I didn't drink at all then. So like,
How old are you?
I was 18.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
No, I was like 20, maybe I was like 19, 20.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it was.
Get the facts straight, woman.
No, it was 2017, which was 5 years ago.
Yes.
So I was 20.
Okay. Okay.
I believe you.
Oh, was
I was 20.
20 was a bad year? Was it when you went all? Is that what it?
Well, my dad died, but
Oh.
also I can't believe I'm
Boo!
25, which is much
Boo.
sadder.
Yeah,
than
that is
my
Not
dad
a
died.
vibe.
Not a vibe.
you've said before it was an anvil accident.
It was an anvil accident. When I get to that point in the joke, people are like, "Fuck off." But yeah, no. So like it's like bad. Like I have like a drink maybe before if I'm like feeling like really nervous and I just
Okay.
need to be present. Or like I smoke a joint, but like
Yeah.
that's not like. I shouldn't like recommend that around.
I've never been high on stage, nor have I ever been
That's
drunk.
great.
I know. Here's the thing: is that I would like to try it But I never want to become dependent on that.
No, of course.
Never.
That's
Obviously.
what I was really nervous
But
about too.
Do you enjoy how is the experience of like sober versus drunk versus high being on stage?
Well, I didn't start smoking weed until I was like 21, like right at the end of college.
Okay.
What was that? Did you just give me a look?
No,
Are you judging me?
Oh no,
Yeah.
Gabby is straight edge and she hates people that partake in the devil's lettuce.
I do. I used to, when I was in 10th grade, I actually used to be really mean to people who smoked weed because I was mad that they didn't invite me.
Oh.
So I had this
cute.
whole rant where I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I was like, people think that this little green herb is going to make them cool.
And that's a whole bit.
That's the whole bit.
That's your villain
People,
speech.
so
Yeah.
it's like more of a fact. It's like people are gonna think this is cool.
Well, it was me being derisive of them. Like, you're not cool, but they
no
were.
one uses that word derisive.
Yeah.
I
It's a
feel
good
like That
word.
was a good.
I'm going to
good
write it
word,
in my
good
notable
use.
words chat.
That is a good word. Yeah.
No, I
Sushi is derice, but not derice-ive.
I
My
bet you
brain
a
is
million of
fucking
those.
broken.
No,
I
Notable
you
can't.
words
million of
only.
those.
Notable words
Derisive.
only. Yeah, we're part of a group text where you just send notable words.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
well,
very wholesome.
That's a good pick
Yeah,
for real.
definitely.
But
Another good one, cacophony. I love the word cacophony.
There's been
That is a good
cacophony,
one.
copacetic, anachronism. He added that in.
I added anachronism.
Crepuscular?
Oh, crepuscular.
what
is
does
that a word?
What
I
does
don't
that
know.
mean?
You know, like crepuscule. It's like the adjective.
No.
Yeah.
When you're a creepus.
I'm a creepus. That's a Latin version of a creep.
Yeah,
A creepus.
I think it feels like if creepus feels like a goosebumps term.
Ooh, it does sound like a
I
goose.
feel like you were a total goosebumps girly.
I was a goosebumps term, but not
Oh,
like
yeah?
I wasn't like hard into it. But every time it was on, I would be like, oh yeah, for sure.
oh my God.
They
I'd
were
watch it.
actually scary. I remember being scared of
Some
like,
of them
a
are,
little bit
like,
when I was a
messed
kid. I was
up.
like, yeah.
Some of them are messed up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one?
There's just one with a. Yeah, I was a fan. There was one with a swamp. I don't know what it was called or what
I
the
remember the
premise was.
swamp one.
But it was like cold. Like it made me feel like just cold and wet, and I was like, "This is
Yeah.
awful."
I liked anything having to do with swamps. There's that episode of Kim Possible where Ron goes to his old summer camp and they find like a bunch of creepy mutants, and it turns out the mutants used to be kids, but they swam in the polluted lake.
Oh.
Man, that has a point of view. It has a social commentary.
Yes.
It
We
does.
grew up with a lot of scary shows,
We
Yeah,
did.
we did.
like
There's not enough of that nowadays.
Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy, yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Right, horrifying.
Now it's all Sabrina the adult witch.
Yeah, I
The
know.
adult queer witch, which is great.
The
for
adult
representation.
non-binary witch. Whoa, Sabrina the pronouns witch over here. Everyone's just snowflake for Sabrina.
Gabby's a Republican.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
I
she's
come
not.
out as just a huge Republican.
Oh yeah. I'd love to see you come out as a TERF and like run for office on TERF
on
on
turf,
TERF
literal
ideology.
turf.
Yeah.
The thing with TERFs is there's no ideology. It's just word salad. So if you ran on the platform
Right
of
in
being
front of
a
my
TERF,
salad.
it would be like a 2-minute speech. Right in front of my salad.
Yeah.
You seen that? Right in front of my salad.
No.
Oh, it's
It's this porn intro, like a gay
Yeah.
porn intro, and it's like a woman is like the friend of one of the guys, and she's in the kitchen
Nice.
with them eating this inexplicably giant bowl of salad, and the two guys start fucking in front of her, but they're pretending they're not fucking,
and she doesn't realize it for a moment, but then she
and then
does
she
realize
realizes it, and she goes, "Really, really." Right in front of my salad. Has anyone ever done it right in front of your salad?
No. I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
Has
As
that
a-
happened to you guys?
it. Hey.
every day.
Did you watch that clip together? Did you find it together?
Oh, I filmed it.
Lucas filmed it
I
happening.
was on
You
the
were the
camera.
one
Gabby
eating the
was on the
salad.
boom.
Yeah, it was me.
Wow. Who was the other guy?
Jesus.
Aaron.
Oh, I love him.
I love Aaron. I
Oh
got
my
to see-
God. What am I doing in your asshole, Lucas?
Oh, that's a good Aaron impression.
That is a good
Thank
Aaron
you.
impression.
This is so me.
Do
That's
you
my-
remember actually now that we're gabbing about our friends in comedy? Do you remember like when you first came to New York? Like, what were your emotions? Like, were you scared? Were you anxious? Were you excited? Like,
Very quickly, though, could I add one thing, which was a episode of Goosebumps that I found really scary.
oh
Just
yes,
very
kid,
quickly.
go for it,
Yes,
go for it.
it
Then
It
we'll
was
pivot.
it was a werewolf one where a boy turns into a werewolf, but then the moon gets overcast with clouds, and he's still a werewolf, but his mind comes back, and he's like, "No, I'm so sorry. Please run away from me before like the moon like appears again." And then it appears again. And you see his mind get overtaken. That fucked with me.
Wait. Can you slow down? So
Okay.
the wolf
Yes.
is the boy.
There's a werewolf, and people are like trying to figure out who the werewolf is. But then, so like the full moon is out. He's a werewolf. He's chasing someone down. But then clouds cover the moon. And so, because the moon isn't having as strong an effect on him,
Yeah.
he then is able to talk and be a person a little bit.
So then what? I'm sorry. Anytime I don't buy it. Anytime it's cloudy, you just can't be a werewolf anymore.
It
No,
would
he's
be
still a
tough to-
wolf,
yeah, that
but
would-
he like can talk and be and have his mind back. So he like mentally is a person again. But then like when the clouds brush away and then the full moon is like back, then he like becomes a full wolf again. And that was rough because I like empathized with him. I was like, "Oh, that's what would happen to me if I was a wolf."
Yeah, of course. Like that's
Yeah.
what would happen.
It's called empathy, Gabby.
yeah.
People have
I
it.
wouldn't
Ever
know.
read about
I wouldn't
it?
know. I'm a turf. What?
But back to what you were saying.
Wait, what were you saying?
No, we were talking about like people like that we know in the comedy community.
Yeah,
Yes,
like what when you came to New York, went to your
Yes.
first open mic in New York, were you like excited to be here? Were you
Where
nervous?
was your first open mic in New York?
When I visited New York like 2 summers ago, not this past summer that we just went through, but the one before.
Okay.
I had a weird job, and they flew me out to New York to work, which was cool. And that's when like things were like, I feel like pretty up and running in New York, like
Yeah.
stand up wise, and LA was like creeping back up, but not nearly as fast. And I was in New York, and I did a Cellar 77 show.
Oh,
Oh.
Not a mic. And Christina, what's her name?
Aguilera. Go
Yes.
on. Yeah.
No, that's like her Instagram.
Christina who? Wait, Christina. Christina something. Christina something. Anyway, what did Christina do?
No, I completely forgot.
It's okay.
I don't know. I maybe there wasn't a Christina there. Maybe like
You
my
just
mind
made
just
up a
dug that out.
Christina?
Yeah, maybe there was probably
You're just like, I need to come up with a
Christina
name,
there.
something.
Maybe. There was
Gabby and Lucas are looking at me. Come up with a name, Molly. You can do this.
but Maddie Peck was there.
yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Who's incredibly sweet, and
She is very sweet.
and I performed, and I hadn't performed in like a year and a half at all, and I was like just getting back into it, and I was like so nervous.
How did it go though?
Fine, it didn't
Yeah.
go
Okay.
particularly well.
Yeah.
But I was like just getting into it, and I was so proud of myself that I did it, because it's so hard to get back into it after
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
not doing it for so long. And I was just like, okay, like you did that, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember my first setback after like not performing for a little while, like my first setback indoors, because I did a couple outdoor things
Yeah. Oh,
during
yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
But I remember feeling like so lost in my set.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get people back, and I was just bombing so bad. And I remembered thinking like, I like remarked on how I was bombing, and then someone in the crowd went, "You got it."
Oh no!
And I remember feeling like that was the
That's
worst thing
ripe.
anyone could have said.
that is worse. You
Because I was
can't
like,
come
yeah,
back from that.
I've fucking been doing comedy for 2 years. Of course, I've got it. Like,
No, 100%.
but when you're
That's
bombing that
awful.
bad, like, it is your fault.
no, I
Yeah.
like I love a bomb
You do.
so much.
I agree with you. Because it happens to
It
me
is
pretty
healthy. It
often,
is
so
healthy.
it's
No,
healthy.
it happens to like, I like it's so mysterious and scary and so funny.
Yes.
I was eating it hard. Always, but this one time in particular at Tiny Cupboard 10 p.m.
Oh, baby.
And I was eating it and it like it was so like
Was that the show I hosted where I met you?
transcendent. No,
It was different.
thank God.
Yeah.
No, it was like I was like people were walking in and out of the cupboard. Like for 60% of my set, just like walking in as if there was not a show going on.
For those who don't know, the Tiny Cupboard is the name of a venue in Brooklyn. Just for the people that don't know. Just
No,
wanna-
it's a tiny cupboard in my
Yeah.
house.
no, yeah.
It's
So we
actually
are
quite
all
big.
clustering
Yeah,
together in a
it's
cupboard.
it's a huge cupboard.
Huge
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like I was eating it hard. And it's so funny like just being in that space and like not knowing where to go and like that panic. Like there's so much
Yeah.
to learn. Like I still have so much to learn in a bomb, even though like I do it all the time. There's so much to like there's so much you can like pick apart from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you say that? Here's the thing. Maybe I haven't seen you enough, and I haven't seen, but I have not seen you bomb yet. Every time I've seen you, there's always
It's around.
it's around.
It's
Yeah.
around.
Also, what do you define as a bomb?
That is a good question.
Like
That's a great question.
yeah.
I think like there's sometimes when I bomb and there's nothing I can do about it. Like I perform really well and the audience like doesn't like it or maybe like they don't react to it or like there's like an external factor coming. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
And I don't really like feel bad about that cuz it's like it's out of my control.
Right.
But sometimes I like perform badly and like I'm not present and like I'm not like listening to what's
Yes.
going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking at people and I'm not like inside I'm like not inside of myself and I'm just like really nervous. Like sometimes like I get so nervous, especially if like someone is in the crowd, that I really admire. Of course, either of you two, but
Well, I was gonna
it's
ask like who. I was like, oh, is it someone like I don't know, like Roy Wood Jr. or something? And then you said us. I was like, oh, your bar is.
Your bar is on the floor. Yeah. Speak for yourself, Lucas. She should admire me.
I
mean,
do
I do.
admire you.
Oh, stop that. You're just saying that because you got it inside of me earlier.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I was thinking from the salad riff. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm out of it.
Did you have sex
too.
with Lucas?
I'm out. Hey.
Oh my
That's how we
God.
end every
Hey.
podcast. I hope you're gonna join in.
Yeah.
You're gonna join
and
in.
our final segment.
Oh, that's
is
sweet.
a fuck sesh. Yeah.
It becomes like a Love is Blind scenario where you get to choose whether you want to have sex with us.
I love that, but even though I can see you right now,
Yeah, and if you love is not blind, love is seeing.
Yeah.
And if you don't have sex with us, you risk a less fruitful career.
We are just assaulting Molly.
I've always waited for a conversation like this ever since I was a little girl. No, I'd be honored.
We
Thank
can
you
go.
very
We can
much.
cut
Oh,
this out.
the honor would be all ours.
I'd be honored.
What if I was like, cut this out, Lucas? Cut this out.
Yeah, we got. I'm sorry. Hey, we're gonna cut off the mics and cameras, and we're just gonna do whatever feels right.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Toodles.
Light a candle.
What? Sorry.
Light a candle.
Oh, I have a menorah. We could light multiple.
Okay.
That's so
Are you
funny.
Jewish, Gabby?
I am Jewish. Using a menorah as like a sex thing.
Using a menorah as a sex thing.
What religion are you?
It would be a crazy vibrator.
For my vertical vagina. My horizontal vagina. I
You know where my mind went? You know how like dogs have like lots of nipples? I was wondering, is there an animal that has like a column of clitorises?
You're looking at her. Column of clits. That's the title.
Column of clits.
I've been writing down our titles lately because
That's good. That's good. Thank you.
That's
sometimes
fantastic.
we forget.
Yeah.
Column
That's fantastic.
Column of clits. Yeah.
clits. And I agree.
Is there any animal that has more than one clit?
Yeah, do you know Molly?
Oh, I thought you meant, do you know Molly?
No,
Like,
well, are you like
how
a
many
zoo
clits do you
girl?
have?
Yeah, how many clits do you have?
Yeah. And name them
4
all.
or 5.
Four or five. Oh, rolling.
No,
in
I
them.
just have the one somewhere.
Can't even find
I
it.
can't even find it. You never hear a woman say that.
I used to do a joke like that. It's like they say men can't find the clip, but when am I gonna find my own?
You should.
That does
should
remind
bring
me
it
of
back.
another comedian. I forget her name, but she's a lesbian, and she says, "No one talks about how hard it is to make a woman come."
It's true. I can't even. You know the concept of edging?
Yes.
Okay. For a while, I thought that was just called masturbating because I couldn't make myself come for so long.
So you were trying to make yourself come, but you were just edging so hard.
Yeah, I just couldn't get all the way there. I think because
my
I
God.
lived in kind of like a small apartment and my parents weren't like great about knocking, so I
Yeah.
just was not
Oh.
sure that like I would ever have enough time. So I was like,
No, that makes sense.
it better
for
feel
sure.
as good as it can now
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to get all the way there with the time
Aw.
crunch I have.
Are you
time.
more patient now? Do you have
With
more time
myself?
now? Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah, I give myself like a lot of time. Like
That's
I don't
good.
masturbate unless I know I have like a 3 hour. Unless I have like 3
3
hours
hour
to kill.
window?
Well, it usually doesn't take that long, but in case it does,
Yeah.
it's not like
It's a buffer.
I don't spend 3 hours touching
Well,
myself.
it's like the prep.
yes,
It's
thank
the
you.
thinking
Women
about
understand.
it. Yeah.
Yes, you understand.
Maybe you have to clean an instrument.
and you have to take breaks.
That has nothing to do with you masturbating. You just need to clean something.
a banjo.
Well, like an. Well, I don't know what you guys fuck with, but like you know, but it's the prep. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's the prep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, could you describe the prep for our listeners?
My prep.
Sure.
Sure. Or anyone's.
If you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be anywhere, is it?
No.
No, this is whatever.
Well, I sit down and I think, am I gonna do this right now? It's 3 a.m.
If you
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Do I want to do this right now?
But you sit, you don't lie down.
And that's part of my prep is thinking about, do I really want to do this or not? Like,
That's a good
Am I
point.
really going to get into this right now?
Yeah.
And then I look something up, like something like non-specific and
Can we get a suggestion of a
widely
non-geographical
known.
location?
Yeah, something like not specific and like widely known, like Carmen Shane, season 3, episode
true.
4.
Wait, Carmen, what is this?
The
Have
L
you seen
word.
the L word?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Patreon. I'm gonna show you the L word.
Oh, that'll be good. Yes.
Yeah.
What it Patreon?
We're gonna do as a Patreon exclusive. We're gonna introduce each other to shows that we have watched in our lives, and then review them as
The other one's never seen.
Oh, I love that.
And he's never seen the L word.
I've never seen the L word. I've never seen H2O. Just add water.
Iconic show.
Is that a lesbian show?
No, but implicitly.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
No, well,
Chicks get wet. Say no more.
it's the one with the mermaid, the Australian mermaids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They are. Right?
Ricky! Emma! Do it!
Emma is great. I don't think I can say Emma in Australian.
Emma!
Emma.
This is almost Australian.
That's the rest
See,
of
when
the
you
podcast.
do it, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's lesbophobic.
That's what I've been doing every episode is be lesbophobic.
That's okay.
Yes.
I think
Thank you.
that's okay.
See, Molly says it's okay. Why do you take such issue with it?
You're right. I'm sorry.
You should be more lesbophobic.
Well, I did my best a year ago on Twitter, and it all
Did
went
you get
wrong.
canceled?
Yeah. But now
That's
everyone's
fucking
leaving
cool.
Twitter, so it's fine. They're
That's
basically
fucking
all
cool.
doing
You
what
did it
I'm
before
doing.
it was cool.
I did before it was cool.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I always get locked. I have a Twitter, but I like don't remember the password and I'm locked out and like I can't access it.
Wait, so you were in the middle of your routine. You look up something Shane
Yes.
Carmen season 3.
Oh right, I look
Why
at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
season
something.
3 over season 2?
I
Is
don't
it the
know.
haircuts?
What did season 2 do to you?
I think maybe it's the transition of the theme song.
Oh my
I
god.
I feel like you could listen to the theme song of the L Word, and if you close your eyes, you could picture like you're trapped in like a circus tent,
Yes.
and someone strapped you to the floor. And, like,
Wait, you're right.
It's so scary. It's truly. It's like
Keep talking about him. I'm gonna pull. Or keep talking about it. I'm gonna pull up the.
it's like
theme song.
it's like you don't.
Okay.
You can't.
We
even,
might get demonetized if we play it for.
I will not pull up the theme song.
Okay. Yeah.
Can
But
I
if
just
you listen
sing
to
one
it,
bar of it?
Can
Yes,
you
you
put
can,
a
you
link?
can.
Can
You
you
can
put
do
a
that.
link? Can you drop a link in the
We can drop a
podcast
link in the chat.
description?
Sure,
Yeah.
we can do that. Yeah.
So the whole thing is that it's just a little off key
Okay.
because
Literally.
Eileen Shaken, the showrunner, was sleeping with this like C-list, if that, musician
Wow.
who was in a band named Betty, and Betty made like dog shit music.
Oh my god, I had
And
no idea.
Eileen hired them to create this theme song, and the theme song was a play on My Favorite Things.
Oh.
Did you not notice that until now?
That's like so demented
It is.
in the way it comes out.
So it's like girls in tight dresses who drag with mustaches.
That's like a really great impression of it. It's,
Yeah.
It's like you're listening to it and you're like, maybe I'm not. Maybe this lifestyle isn't for me.
The L word is
Maybe I can
conversion
get out of
therapy.
it.
You're straight.
No.
You've been straight all along.
Yeah. So I'll look up something like that, and then I'll be like, "But do I really want to get into this right now?" And then it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah. And then
Well,
what?
it's like I have work tomorrow. I have to be up in a bit,
So then, do you not go through
So
with
do you
it?
then not?
and then I'll like go through with it, and I'll be like, I feel worse now.
Oh.
That's so true. Sometimes masturbating.
I don't know
not
why.
fun.
Like I've never like felt like comfortable like doing it.
Yeah.
Like I've never felt like, oh, like this is like great.
Same.
I've always felt like, oh, I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
always feel like I don't know if I don't know. I feel like so ashamed about it
Oh wow.
in that
Are you
way. But I don't
Jewish?
feel ashamed about having sex. It's just
Are you Jewish? Is that?
what? Yeah, I am. Look, I am.
L'chaim. Are you
L'chaim.
full?
Have you heard of Russian daughters?
Yeah, of course.
I have not.
Yeah, comma, of course. So
I love Russian.
maybe you should know about it.
Yeah, I know I should. Yeah, I've never heard of Russian daughters.
I love Russian daughters.
Russ, not Rush.
I know.
Wasn't funny.
It's not funny. I'm sorry. It's fucked up.
Check your
Actually.
privilege.
Yeah.
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 Is that your impression of me?
No.
Oh, can you do an
Um,
impression of me?
No, I didn't like get to prepare one.
No, you don't have to prepare anything.
So like I could do it and then
okay.
maybe Gabby's beautiful girlfriend will like be on Instagram like watching the clip of it and she'll be like, this obviously wasn't prepared. That's horrifying. That's horrifying to me.
Does my girlfriend scare you with her looks?
Beautiful girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh.
No, you guys are so cute.
Thank you.
It's the
Aw.
only couple I choose to look at.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
on
true.
Instagram.
you never look at any other couple?
No, I'm just like, no, I don't really care about them. It's just
I like
Gabby
Lee and
and
Maxim.
Sylvie.
They're
I
cute.
like Lee and Maxim as
Who's
well.
that?
Oh,
They're-
those are our friends.
Oh, Leland.
Yes,
Yeah.
Leland and Maxim Allen. Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
No,
a
I
wonderful
yeah.
couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you follow any celebrity couples though?
In a way that's like not fun, but more just like
Physically, you stalk them. Yeah.
No, it's more just like, oh, it's just over yet. Like Olivia Cockburn
Who?
and Harry Styles.
Oh. Olivia Wilde.
That's her
Olivia
real name.
Cockburn.
Oh, Olivia, that's her real last name?
That's her real last name.
Her name is Olivia Cockburn.
Cockburn, yeah. Which is really pretty iconic.
Where did she get wild with an E?
I think probably from Oscar Wilde.
Oh, fuck off. Pseudo-intellectual
So I'm just
bitch.
like, and
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Did you know that Christopher Hitchens was her babysitter?
who's that?
Did you know that she should I don't have an I don't want to say anything mean because I have an old
You can-
coworker who was her assistant.
Oh,
and she's
okay.
Wow.
fine. But don't clip this.
Okay.
The whole Olivia Wilde thing, I'm a feminist. I find fault in every instance with Olivia Wilde. Jason Sudeikis probably did something wrong. But Olivia Wilde is an example, I think, of somebody who wants to use girl boss sorority feminism to just do whatever she wants. Like, the only reason she supports other women is so that she can do the things bad men have historically done.
I
Like,
see.
Everyone's like, oh, you should hear about how male directors sleep with their leads. And I'm like, yeah, that's also bad. It doesn't mean Olivia Wilde should do it.
Oh wow, man, I was gonna say something, and I really forgot it. I'm so
About
sorry.
Olivia Cockburn?
Yeah.
Oh, here's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
It's good that you have to edit it because if you keep it in like the cut, like our careers could be over. I'm not kidding. One time, I when I worked at the Groundlings, you know what that is?
Yes,
You
when I
said
worked
that
at-
so yeah. Do you know what that is?
You know what that is?
I do.
One
know
time
what
I
those are.
interned at the Groundlings and I was like ushering the audience out of the stage. Can I express a fear?
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
I fear that I'm breathing really heavily into the
No,
mic,
you're
and that
not.
all you're gonna hear is
Your breathing is perfect.
I promise you, you don't need to worry.
okay.
Watch. It's fine. It's fine. We are humans. We breathe.
But like everyone tells me like, why are you breathing so heavy? Like they're horrified.
No.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Who says this?
Has anyone ever said that to you?
Yeah, many people. many people say that.
I have never thought that you breathed heavy.
You
Okay,
breathe
well
perfect.
maybe sit a little closer.
Whoa.
Oh. Are we about to?
You're going to take the bait. You're going to take the thing we do at the end.
No, I'm edging.
Oh,
I mean masturbating.
okay. You're masturbating right now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Remember what you said earlier?
No,
What?
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the riff, but I was just saying,
Yeah.
is it right now or is it later?
I'm not doing it right now.
Your hands are above board.
Keep him where we can see him. So bad for the audio. It's just nothing. Oh.
Anyway,
Yeah.
oh, you
So
worked at the Groundlings.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you
I
worked
worked
at the Groundlings,
and I was
you were
ushering.
masturbating while you were ushering people out. Yes.
That is really bad. If people hear that, people are gonna be like, "Oh, she's a sicko." Fuck. No, I was ushering people out of the audience.
Yeah.
I was ushering the audience out. And Bob Odenkirk was like, gonna go backstage.
Oh.
No clue what he looked like.
Oh.
So he was going back, and I was like, "Hey, sir, like, the exit is this way." And he was like, "For real?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, you can't go back there."
Wow.
So I was like, "You gotta exit." And he was like, "Okay."
And then what
So-
happened?
Did anything else happen? Or?
Well, I don't think I can get like a proper job in entertainment.
Oh, come
then, I
on.
think-
Okay, that's an honest mistake.
You didn't know who he was.
I
That's-
absolutely should have known who he was.
No, but there's nothing that can prepare you for that. There's nothing you could have done differently.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine doing that?
I can imagine that, yeah.
I did something like that once. I was
With whom?
it's not like a famous actor, it's this random guy, but I was a PA on a set and I was really like a bad PA. I didn't know like what to do with the job. And they gave me this one job. They were like, all you have to do is make sure nobody enters through this door. Little did I know that one of the actors literally had an entrance through the door that was
Oh.
part of the shoot. So I feel the door, like I hear it like rumbling. And I go, no, you can't enter. It's literally the actor trying to do a take.
Okay, that I think is the fault of whoever was your superior.
Oh, I
Easy.
agree. They were
Yeah.
like this idiot. Like, I'm not explaining anything to her.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But
yeah.
so did Bob Odenkirk? Did you get the vibe that Bob Odenkirk like regularly went backstage and like sort of moonlit
No,
around?
I didn't at all. I was just told like, like make sure everyone. I didn't know who is who. Like I was like,
So you're saying we have to edit this because I talked shit on Olivia Cockburn?
yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like you could be on a panel with her when you work together in Hollywood.
Yeah, when it happens,
When it happens.
really happens.
you're gonna be collaborators.
And
one
she's
day.
gonna be like, oh, no, she's not Australian. She's gonna be like,
No, do it as Australian. You got to do it now.
I can't. I can.
What do you
only-
think she would actually sound like?
Hi. No, no, I don't. I think she would just be like, hey, like, remember when you said this on your podcast? Like, what was that all about?
And I would explain. I would be like, I think that whole vibe was kind of weird, girl.
Yeah.
I'd be like, listen, I respect
Would you kiss her? Is that okay?
Well,
of you to say?
I mean,
That's the
with
best way to
Sylvie?
show solidarity.
if she kissed me, all of our beef would go away.
Okay.
But this is all implying we have beef, which we don't.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but we will.
No.
She's definitely up there with my celebrities who I'm suspicious of. There's only a couple celebrities I hate, but there are more that I'm suspicious of.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you suspicious of?
I'm a little bit suspicious of like the Beanie Feldstein family, and I
Oh.
have been, by the way, a fervent defender of Beanie Feldstein. I think she was actually great in Funny Girl.
She's so talented.
I don't think she deserved what happened, but the Hill Feldstein, the dynasty of it all, I'm a little like. Sus.
Here's the thing though. I think Jonah Hill genuinely is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I agree.
I really think he is that good.
You would die on a hill for it.
I really
Oh,
I didn't
Damn
even
it.
know. I didn't even
You didn't
know.
even know
till
you're
I
saying
said
that.
it. I didn't even know. I did that.
that was beautiful.
Thanks.
But would you die on a hill for it?
I would die on I would not die on him.
Would you die on hill for it?
I would die on hill for it. Yes.
Oh,
I keep burping.
that's okay.
That's good. Get it out.
And one of my favorite Molly Zalman deliveries is when you talk about the woman following you and you go, and that's fine. That's okay.
It's kind of like what I had to tell myself when I was walking.
Yeah.
Like she was following me.
Yeah.
I'm
Is that common? Do you get followed a lot?
See, I burped.
That's okay.
That's fine.
I don't
That's
think-
fine.
I don't think I get.
Be right back. Do you want any more? Oh no, you have enough. Do you want any more?
I would love more water. Thank you, Daddy. Now that he's gone, we can talk about lesbian things.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite
Also,
episode?
have you listened to your intro for this podcast?
Yeah, it rules. Oh,
It's wild.
you don't like the theme song?
There's a lot of like hidden things in there. Like,
Yeah, there's-
there's like voices.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
My great friend Nick Cohen, shout out to Nick Cohen, made the theme song.
Shout out to Nick.
It was transcendent. Thanks, Nick.
Two nosy meerkats.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
What? That is what. Yeah, that's what
Wait.
the lyrics are. Two nosy meerkats.
Meerkats.
Yeah.
You
You didn't get that from the theme?
No, now like I was like I had my AirPods on not noise cancel,
Oh.
so I wasn't
okay.
maybe listening to it fully.
Can I say I just got a pair of noise canceling headphones? Game changer.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I don't want to hear anybody yapping around me.
Literally, when the train rushes into the station, it sounds like a little ocean breeze.
Yeah.
It's so.
I
It's
can't even
so-
hear the stabbing next door.
No.
Well, I can
You
if I take
can't.
them off,
You
and
can't.
yeah, and then I get to enjoy the. What am I riffing on? I don't know what I'm doing.
What were you talking about? Oh, your favorite episode of the L Word. We were talking about that while you were gone.
No, we weren't. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we weren't. But I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
My favorite episode. Kind of
I have another question after this, though.
my favorite episode of the L Word. I don't remember a lot of it. There was this one time that Alice was like a vampire,
Yes, I remember that.
or like was with someone, like
Was
was
with
hooking
a
up
vampire.
someone who was a vampire, and that
On the
was
L
like
word, or is this Goosebumps?
both. But no, it's on the L word. It wasn't even a Halloween episode. I think it was just like a fucking episode.
Yeah,
When they coordinate, okay, like these are when we're all gonna get it in.
but the vampire had really long nails, which was like
Huge, yeah. That was like an oversight.
talons.
They're
Dare
like,
I
"Aw,
say? They were
man."
like talons. I remember feeling like wincing watching like the sex scene. I was like, "There's no way."
No, I think that I don't remember a lot of it.
I did want to ask you, because you are, it's very rare. Like, I don't think I'm very unique as a comedian in that, like, my material, like the way I do it is very sort of like a classic in the groove, like what a lot of stand-up comedians do. You are very unique, and I'm curious how you developed your voice as a comedian and the way you tell jokes and do comedy. How did you cultivate that? Because it's so particular, and I love it so much.
That's pretty wild. Thank you. That's very sweet. I don't really know what I'm doing up there.
Okay.
I think like some people have like a clear sense of voice so early, and like they attach to it and it just works, and that's just like their skeleton. And I've never found it easy doing that. I don't really write it. I don't know if I have like an actual joke half the time is what it feels like. I'm just kind of like up there saying things in a kind of deranged way. I don't know. I don't know what I don't
How
know
did
what
you
I'm
develop that though? Even
I don't.
just saying
I
things
think
in a
I think I'm still doing it because
Okay.
I'm not necessarily. There are certain things that I think work well that I do up there, but I'm still like latching on to what those things are. And the more I perform, the like I get maybe like the teeniest bit closer to figuring out what it is. But I think I've always like envied people who like have like a boom boom and a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is cool and like classic and like clean, and I feel like I'm just kind of like up there trying to figure out what would be like, what could I say something and then but could I say it in a way that like makes me laugh, which is usually just like silly and like nonsensical.
Yeah.
But I haven't had much success in like the words of it all. I feel like I have fun playing with like in between the words.
Which is hilarious what you do.
It's,
I'm very serious.
yeah,
Is that I
well-
have never seen anyone do what you do, but it makes me laugh so hard and it
Yeah.
sticks with me.
That's very sweet. When I go up there and I don't feel like I do as well, it's because I'm like really in my head and I'm not
Yeah.
like kind to myself.
I think that goes
And I
for
don't give
everyone.
myself the space to like be bad. The creator of the Elysian in LA has a quote that I'm gonna botch, but it was like, you have to like comedy should be allowed to be bad.
Yes.
And I love that. And you want to do well at the mics because like you want to like maybe like meet someone or like get booked on a show or like and like impress your friends and like feel like a king for a minute. But I think like the more comfortable I am to like try something is where I figure it out.
I'm going to ask another thing which may be very bold. How do you feel right now? Do you feel, because I remember when you came and you said that you felt a little bit nervous. How do you feel right now?
I still feel nervous.
You do?
But I
Okay.
feel
I feel like you've gotten. I feel like we've really calmed you.
but you have calmed me for sure.
That's
this
good.
just
I'm
feels
glad.
like one of our little breakfasts.
Yeah, no, I love our little breakfast.
Molly
at
and I
Dawn's.
started going to this
Aw.
breakfast place. It's called
It's the best.
John's Coffee Donuts.
Yep.
No period, no punctuation.
Wait,
great.
are there coffee donuts? Is there a kind of donut
No,
that has
there is
coffee? in it?
coffee and donuts. They're separate.
Yeah,
And there's also other food.
well,
That reminds me of like the ads for the. Did you ever see the ads for the Grand Prospect Hall?
Oh, baby.
The Grand Prospect Hall.
We make your dreams
We
come
make your dreams come true.
true.
There's an old Greek couple that own a venue in Brooklyn called the Grand Prospect Hall. There's lots of like weddings and
Oh, amazing.
bar mitzvahs and shit, and it goes on there. And they have this hilarious commercial. The
And they
Grand
say that.
Prospect Hall.
What were the regional commercials for you growing up?
Oh, yes.
I forget the beginning. I'm gonna get wrong, but it's like 800 980 2300 Empire
Today.
So that's pretty eternal.
What if we got demonetized for that? That'd be crazy.
Sponsor us?
Yeah,
And then,
sponsor us.
and then it was like oink oink zoo pals.
Oink,
Oink,
Zoo
zoo
pals.
pals.
Yeah, I
Zoo
feel like-
pals make eating fun. Yeah.
right? And I
I'm
only
sorry
got
to
them
say
once.
eating is fun without those damn plates.
No, marketing really worked on me when I was little because I would watch commercials and then like get excited if I like saw them out and about, like in real life. I remember this one time I remember this one time I was at the doctor. I know, check. And I was at the doctor, and I saw an ad for Lexapro on the wall. No, it was Lunesta. Which I think is like a depression medication.
Yeah.
And I was like, and like I saw it, and I was like, oh no way! Like, do you give this out? Like, Lunesta? Like, have you interacted with this? Like, what is it like? Like, because I would always see like this like slow butterfly like in the commercial, and I would be like, oh, like I was just like, oh, that was so cool. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Did you want to have like a butterfly of your own flying, or did you want to become
No,
a-
it's just like, wow, like I saw that on TV. Like, do you
Yeah, the
know about
butterfly on
that?
TV.
Like,
Yeah,
because
like a local celebrity.
TV was so important. Like my mom let me watch so much TV.
Yeah, I saw that butterfly on Conan.
Oh. Was invited over to the couch later. Ugh, if only.
I
Interview
watched a lot of
her.
TV too.
I watched tons of TV.
Yeah.
So much.
I remember seeing those ads for Baby Bottle Pop.
Baby bottle pop.
Yep.
And I
Baby
thought the
bottle
kids
pop.
in it looked so cool. It was that vibe of like, it's almost like mini podcasts. It was like,
Yeah.
I want to hang out with those kids in a
No,
Baby
100%.
Bottle
Oh, do you remember
Pop.
Airheads commercials?
Oh,
Would
what were
they
those?
would turn your head into
Yes.
a balloon and explode?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted that to happen.
Or like the Capri Sun, like respect the pouch.
Oh yeah.
I actually remember having this really, it's actually a sad moment when I think about it.
Oh my
When
God.
I was at my, when I was a kid at my aunt's house, I would like go off by myself to the bathroom and I would turn the lights out and make it dark.
Masturbate.
And I not yet, not until I was
Or
much
edge.
older. This is so much worse than
Or edge.
masturbating. I would pretend that I was in a Kool-Aid commercial.
What?
Like at one of those, like, okay, because you remember they were having like water parties. They would like be in a water park.
Yeah.
And then that's why my avatar is the
What?
Kool-Aid man.
That's
my God.
oh my God. That is huge. You have to put that in the description
So
of
wait,
this
wait, wait.
podcast. That's
Yeah.
a huge
So wait,
discovery.
why did it have to be dark? Was it like I can't see my own body? I need to. This will help me believe.
it would help me like
that
imagine.
I am the Kool-Aid man.
No, it wasn't that I was the Kool-Aid man.
Oh,
I
okay.
was one of the kids.
Oh, you wanted to be.
That is
What
fantastic.
did the darkness of the bathroom play into it?
Because when you're in a bathroom, you're like, I'm in a bathroom. When you're in the bathroom was also like the one place I could be alone in the
That
house.
is true. That is
so
fair.
I would
Yes,
like
okay.
hide out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And sad. And I like
That's okay.
I just like
That's
I don't
That's okay.
That's
you know
that's
when you're a
okay.
little kid, you're not like I think kids need a lot more than people think. Like they don't need toys, they don't need TV. Like they have
No.
crazy imaginations. We're
Yeah,
excited.
100%.
So I would
Give
like
them a rubber band. The world will be their
Well, on
oyster.
Spy Kids, like the rubber band is like
Huge.
What, like there's 33,000 uses or something?
Yeah.
does it really?
That in the movie, yeah, probably it does.
They don't get through many uses though.
No, they do not. They don't.
That'd be
They
a long
were writing.
movie.
They're
Yeah.
like, how many should we do?
They really do like one or
33,000?
two, and
They're
then
in the
they
writers' room like, all right, we gotta pick one.
talk about pulling Chekhov's gun off the wall and then leaving it on the floor.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I don't get it.
I'm sorry, that
I
was
don't
way too much
understand.
of a theater kid thing. I'm
no,
so sorry.
I wasn't a theater kid, but
I'm so sorry.
How could you? You betrayed us. She thought we were cool for like 5 seconds.
no, I'm
No, she didn't think we were
no,
cool.
I don't understand. I wish I did.
Think that we were cool?
No,
Oh,
I wish I
she
did
did.
like know more about theater, but my dad loved musicals and he would go in to watch musicals when I was little with my mom.
Aw.
But where were you in this?
I would go sometimes, but like they would like they've seen like Mamma Mia like an absurd amount of times. And when I was little, my dad would show me like Les Mis and like Rent.
Aw.
When
Your dad showing you Rent is a crazy choice.
How old were you when you saw Rent?
I was really young.
Oh,
like
wow,
he
that's-
like he showed and this is common with I think a lot of people our age. Like I was shown Austin Powers when I was 4.
Yes. I was shown Austin Powers when I was super young.
So young.
But also, it kind of went over our heads, didn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would go over kids' heads now, but because kids are so smart and they have so much access to things. But
Yeah. I didn't understand. I was just like, I got like the funny bits.
no, 100%.
And then I didn't get any
understand
of the
everything
sex stuff.
Anything else, like I would be like, my mom would be like, "You can't say that," but I'd be like, "Ha, fat bastard," like all the time. Like I thought that was so fun, but I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Any fat bastards in the room. Yeah. I got shown Rent pretty like at the age when I was supposed to be shown it, which is when you're like a teenager
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my
Oh.
god, people can be queer and do drugs. Whoa.
Yeah. No, I wish I knew more like theater history and stuff like that because I think that's so interesting. But I didn't go that route. I was very like when I was
What were your interests as a kid?
I had to do this one test for ADD.
Was
Hold
that your
on.
your
It's
hobby?
508. I had to do this one test for ADD in case you were looking at wanting to look at the time.
Okay. What she was.
I thought you were checking.
Speaking of ADD, yeah.
No,
I was
for
looking
sure.
for my phone. I was like, "Where's my phone?" Because we do a segment where we I have like listener submissions, and I was like, "Oh, do I have my phone?" So I was like, "That's what I was doing."
That's wild.
Yeah, we're gonna read them.
We're
to you
gonna-
and
we're
you're
gonna get to
talk
it.
about them.
Yeah.
But first, finish.
But first, let me
Oh
take a
no,
sip.
I think
So
I
you
was
did
just
this one
like kind of like
test.
like I was just like a really like mentally messy kid, and like I would like there was this like I was on the softball team and I would like bite like other people. I was like, what are you? Come on.
So that was your interest.
don't bite. No, that wasn't my interest. But
Other people's
it was,
arms.
They kind of. But no, it was like I think I was. Like with this one test I did, they were like, "Oh, what are your interests?" And I was like, "I like driving really fast in a car." And like I never did that. I think it was just like when my dad was like reckless, like on the highway.
Yeah.
And like I thought it was fun. But no, I was kind of like an angry kid, and I was really into like metal music.
Wow.
And like I was really
Like
Metallica
Iron
was
Maiden?
like and like Metallica was my favorite band and still is. But Celine Dion is my favorite singer.
Okay, amazing.
Whoa.
She's got to talk to Dan Wicks about that.
Oh
He's
yeah.
a big Iron
you
Maiden
and
guy.
you and Dan Wicks have so much to talk about.
I would love that.
Okay, we'll link it up.
Should we get to our listener submissions?
Let's
I say
do
let's
it.
do it. I'm gonna go find my phone.
Are you ready to? Sometimes people ask us for advice. Sometimes people ask us for like, just thoughts, and whatever you want to give, you can give.
Is this going okay?
This is going great. How do you feel?
I feel okay.
I feel like this is going hilarious. Okay. So, this is something we've kind of been touching upon. Hi, I am a high school senior and I have some big music auditions coming up for college.
Ooh.
Do you have any audition advice or advice for getting over performance anxiety?
That is a great question, and I wish I had an answer.
No,
because like, did you what did you study in college?
I studied comedic arts at Emerson College
Okay.
in the comedy major.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Wait, can I? Well, I was gonna ask, like, did you have any performance aspect in your application?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I just kind of. It was a new major when
Okay.
I was doing it, so I
Yeah.
just like wrote. Some
What is it
materials.
like studying comedy?
Well, it was really. I was like the second person to like graduate from it,
Oh,
or like the second class to graduate from it.
Yeah.
So it was really, now it's much more developed, I'm sure, but back then it wasn't. Only a few years ago, it wasn't like they had specific like track categories. Now they have like performance and writing and producing, I think. But back then it was just kind of culminated into one. But I took great classes that I loved. But no, I don't have. I wish I had advice for like performing. I think like what if I'm really nervous, like I like try to close my eyes and just be like, lean into yourself.
Ooh, I like
And
that.
just like bet on yourself.
That is a beautiful answer.
Which is hard and scary, but
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let you want to do your best. You're gonna do your best that you can.
Yeah.
I always think on that note, it's like, I've always heard it as nerves mean you care.
Yes, that is
when you should be really scared is if you're not nervous at all, because then it's like you don't give a fuck about what you're doing,
Right.
and if
Truth.
you don't care about it, then it's not worth doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get nervous all the time.
Yeah.
Just to any mic. Anytime I do it.
I get nervous at mics too, still. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I don't know. It's not yeah.
Lucas
It's
gets
so
nervous because he's too handsome.
Yeah.
I get nervous in front of my mirror because I'm like, oh,
Oh
this
my
guy.
God.
Whoa. Who
Who
is
is
this
that?
guy?
Whoa.
He is smoldering.
This
Who's
fucking
looking
hunk.
at
I'm
over
gonna
here.
catch on fire.
He's looking at me.
What? That's Lucas's mirror.
Yeah.
Oh
Do
my
it again.
God.
At me.
He-
I'm Lucas. He's looking at me.
Wait. I'll mouth it and then you say it.
Wait, I'm saying words and you're
Yeah,
mouthing
you're
it?
saying the words and then
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
mouth along to it.
Oh,
All right.
you're like a mirror.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
This
Three,
is much
Okay.
easier to
two,
understand.
1.
I love you, Arnold. Comma Lucas with a K. And I think you're a star. And give me a kiss. Just one for now. More later.
So that's how you
love
get over
you.
performance anxiety.
Yes.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And
The college I went to, we didn't actually
Northwestern.
Northwestern. Yeah, I didn't have to do an audition for that.
What did you study?
I was a theater major, but I didn't have to audition for it. And I didn't get into any of the places where I auditioned. And I auditioned for a few.
Yeah.
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 So do all the preparation that you can and try to, I would say, not only lean into yourself, but try to allow your nervousness or whatever you feel in the moment to enhance whatever you're doing.
Remember,
try
you
to-
can always start a podcast.
Yes. Very good.
100.
Okay,
100.
I've got it pulled up if you want.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Do you get
this-
nervous before you make a TikTok?
Do I get nervous before? No, I'm not for TikTok. No, that is very easy for me. Well, it's because like I get to edit it and make it as perfect for my own, the way my brain works. I like to things be technically perfect in time. So I
And you
get
do it
to-
outside of the app. You don't edit in app.
I do sometimes edit in app.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I do it. I do both. I'm versatile.
He's
Range.
verse.
It's called
I'm
range.
But I have another submission.
Okay, I'm
pulled
ready.
Up here. Good.
You're born ready.
Yeah, I could tell. All right. Hello, lovely hostess.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I have an Am I the Asshole for you. Am I the asshole for tricking my friend into thinking I have a partner? So last week, me, 15F, and my friend, 15F, let's call her B, had the lovely idea of tricking our mutual friend, 15M, into...
Are you concerned about the ages?
No, Oh, these are ages?
Yeah.
I thought they were like dorm rooms. I was like,
Oh, no. These are two, so they're
Whoa,
two
okay.
15-year-old girls, and then there's a 15-year-old boy who they're talking about.
this is your listener?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know.
You
We're
pay attention to the
advising them.
youth.
We're shaping the young minds.
You have the attention of the youth.
Yeah.
Sculpting them.
Yeah.
our-
And now that I have your attention,
Yeah.
I like that gesture.
Yeah, do that again. Ooh.
Not the mic. Give it a kiss.
Okay. Had the lovely idea of tricking our mutual friend, 15M, into thinking we got partners since he's constantly calling us bitchless. On Monday, we call our friend and tell him that we both have partners now. He seemed very skeptical at first, but with some fake photos and a little backstory, he has been convinced. We play along with this for a day before telling him it was all a joke. But he does not take the news well, saying we're mean for tricking. Sorry, this person is really bad at spelling.
Yeah, that's okay.
But he
That's
does
gonna
not
hurt their feelings if they hear that.
Yeah. Well, I don't care
It could
about
ruin
them.
our careers.
Hey, I
true.
don't care about you people. And I mean,
And now for some heartwarming advice.
yeah, not for some heartwarming advice. Okay. But he does not take the news well, saying we were mean for tricking him like that, and is now concerned about what else we could be lying about. We have been trying to apologize for the past few days, but he won't listen. B thinks he's being overdramatic, but I feel kind of bad. So am I the asshole? Please help me. Also, love your podcast. Been watching since like the 5th episode. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. I don't think you guys are assholes. I think this is a kind of a cool prank.
It's a funny prank.
It's also you told him like the day afterwards. It's not like you kept it up for like months or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one little prank for a day. You're done. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
100%. I think it's just like let it cool over.
Yeah. Maybe get him a baked good.
Yeah,
A
a
baked
baked
good?
good. Russ and Daughters has a halva, rugula, babka, bagels. They could sponsor this.
I hope they do.
I hope so too.
What else do they have?
They have several types of cream cheese, more savory than sweet. They have caviar cream cheese. They have I almost said Gretel cream cheese, scallion cream cheese. I don't even know what that is.
It's made of German children.
Hansel and Gretel cream cheese.
I mean, that would be kind of like, did you German children?
Yeah.
That would be kind of like a clap back.
Restaurant claps back at the Holocaust. There's no hunty. Will not
Forgive
do
but
it
not
again.
forget. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I derailed it. No, I don't think. I think it's like you pull a prank. Some people are like more sensitive than you'd like them to be. So, a baked good is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, baked goods great. I agree.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I did something like this with a friend of mine in high school.
Did you really? What'd you do?
Well, there was this weird guy who, I think he expressed some. He was nice. I feel bad calling him weird. He had some crushes on some of the girls. So me and I was one of the girls. So me and a friend of mine.
Okay, brag.
Okay.
Okay, who are we
girl.
dealing with? Who is this?
It was
Could
the
you be the
one
it
time anyone
girl?
ever had a crush on little old me, I think, because they haven't admitted it since. But me and this guy who was very gay convinced him that we were a couple, but it only lasted like 3 days, and we didn't know how to get out of it, so we staged a breakup, like a public breakup.
Wow.
And I've
did it
never
go?
thought about if I was the asshole, but I definitely was more so than you, listener. It
Well,
went fine.
I think that's just like you pull. It's not like
It's not a big deal.
it's not a big deal at all. It's
Yeah.
just like he
No.
wanted to like pull a little prank, and they didn't react as.
It's also a pretty good prank. They made photos as well. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty. There's a lot of effort gone in. I
Um,
respect it.
No, but I get that. Like, just like give them time.
You ever
you
pull
know?
a prank?
Are you a prankster? Are you someone who likes to get a
I
rise
feel
out
like
of
you're
people?
pretty earnest.
No,
I feel like
I'm-
you are pretty earnest.
I like pulling a prank, but I like haven't ever. I like the idea of pulling
Okay.
a prank, but
I see that.
I don't think I'd be like good at it.
You'd be great.
But that's like very high concept what these people did.
And I commend them.
100%.
Do you want to read our last one?
Yes, so this one's kind of a long one, but here we go.
I've got a long answer.
Hi, Meerkats. I wanted to tell you about the ridiculous situation happening in my dorm building. I go to the agricultural and environmental branch of a university in Canada because I'm studying pre-vet. There's a program called
That's tight.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to save some animals. There's a program called Farm Management Technology, FMT, and students from this program work on their farms on the weekends and then come take the class during the week.
Wow.
And all the men in this program must be on actual crack because they have literally wreaked so much havoc. Basically, the FMT boys have caused a ton of property damage and also noise complaints, which, like, the noise stuff is just annoying, but they dead-ass kicked a 2-foot diameter hole in the wall of the 3rd floor. They poured cereal all over the floor of the kitchen on the girls' floor and ruined a girl's Brita water filter by stealing it and then pouring tomato sauce and cheese into it. And she was super upset and had to buy a new one. It's gotten better, but for the first month of classes, it was like a war zone here. The saga is over, though, because the ringleader got permanently kicked out of the university and fined 10,000 Canadian dollars because he stole fire extinguishers from the dorm, and it was considered a major safety hazard. Also, for all the other property damage. There are now posters all around the dorms that his friends put up that are guilting people into donating to a GoFundMe for his finances and saying shit like he was just here to learn. But the funniest part is that the defense on the flyer says you should donate because it was actually someone else dressed up like this guy who committed all these crimes.
Wait, what the? So he's like punching holes in walls and like, but someone is dressing up as this guy to frame
They're
him?
claiming he's like an imposter. There's like an imposter playing him.
Who does this?
I will say that is my worst nightmare, that like somebody else dressed as Gabby, looking like Gabby, goes around pretending to be me and like wreaking havoc.
Imagine if they like convinced Sylvie that they were you, and then like you come home and you're like, and Sylvie's like, "What?
Yeah, she could take my girlfriend."
Like,
Yeah.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
No, speaking of pranks, I think this is a huge prank. Because this guy just paid to go to school, but he really paid to fuck up a farm.
Yeah, true.
Right?
What happens to the animals in all of this? I think they're the real victims.
I
here.
hope he didn't hurt them.
Oh, I don't.
I'm sure he didn't hurt
I don't think
them.
this guy is an animal. I think he's just like a collateral damage, like school property kind of guy. Yeah.
It reminds me of this song "Read Me My Rights" by Brantley Gilbert.
I don't know this song.
Maybe
I don't know who this
drop
artist
that
is.
link in the description
We'll drop the link
as well.
in the chat.
Maybe you could call it bold center, a few links or like reading materials.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
And then I add a link to the L word as well.
MLA biography.
I was so bad at those. I feel like they taught us a ton of times, but I didn't know how to structure them. Anyway, this is like a crazy, insane story, but I feel like it reminds me of the show, what you just described from that listener. Remember that show? It was that cow. There was like this lead cow.
What?
There was like this lead cow on this Nickelodeon show.
Back at the barnyard?
Yeah.
What was it about?
It was like this cow, and he's just kind of like a jock, and he's just kind of like getting drunk. What do they drink? Water? He's just like overloading on water.
That would be weird if that was all they drank.
Drinking milk.
Yeah. This is a perpetual motion like thing.
There's a
It is a weird thing. It's a male cow, but he has udders. It's weird.
there's a Japanese show called
Right?
Bread Barbershop, and one of Bread's assistants is this little carton of milk named Wilk, and Wilk adopts a pet, a stray, because basically Bread Barbershop, the barber is Bread, and what he does is everyone in the town is like cupcakes or some kind of pastry or something that gets like baked. So he like does makeovers on cupcakes and stuff.
Wow.
But one of the conceits is that there's a little like pig in a blanket like sausage that comes to life and escapes from a bakery, and he's like the pet, like a little dog, and Wilk finds him, and Wilk like adopts him and starts pouring him bowls of milk, but he pours the milk from himself.
Oh my god.
That is so heartbreaking. Because he's giving himself, like the ultimate act of love. And he runs out because he doesn't know how to balance it, and maybe he's giving too much of it too fast. And he doesn't know how to take care of himself.
It's like the giving tree.
He's like,
I am
"The
but a
giving
stump you may lay on me.
Wilk.
Poor Wilk. Justice for Wilk.
A mother's work is never done. I think it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And speaking of a
100%.
mother's work, we're getting to our final segment.
Yes, for you, mama. Ooh. Yeah. Didn't mean to make you cry.
Slipping through my fingers all the time. You ever hear that by Mamma Mia?
Mamma Mia. Okay, so we are going to tell you.
Yes.
Well, first, okay. Tell us,
Yes.
how do you think the world perceives Molly Zalman? Like, how do you think you're perceived by other people?
Yes.
And then we're going to tell you how we perceive you. And we'll see what the gap is.
Okay. I think people I think people view me as like not a sexual being in any way, but someone who's very like off-putting and kind of scary to be around, as multiple people have said that to me. So I feel like people perceive me as like really hard to talk to, or like kind of like a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't know like if you're kidding, I don't know if you're being real. It's like,
But you're on Be Real.
huh? But I am on Be Real,
And you are being real.
and I am being real on Be Real. So I think like I don't know. I feel like maybe people will think like I'm hard to read and awkward and kind of like anxious and walking around.
You do walk around, though. That is the thing that we all can agree on. Because we've seen you out there. We've seen you on the streets.
I'm
we
blessed.
know what you get up
I'm
to.
blessed with legs. I'll use them.
Good.
Good. I think that's a really funny description.
It was real. That was
but
very
I
funny.
think it's not true for me. I think you and me hit it off right away. And I feel like you're actually pretty earnest. Like, I don't think you're doing a bit a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you just have a unique mind. So
You
other
do.
other people are like, oh, it must be a bit. But it's not. It's real.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about you.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate that it's also funny to be around you. Like, it's not all one thing. You know, there's a lot to you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I will also say that, one, you're like one of the most earnest people I have met. Like immediately, like when we asked you to be on the podcast, like Gabby's also mentioned like what it was like when, if I could say, like when you were asked to be on Gabby's show and you were like, okay, do I need to send in a tape? And Gabby was like, no.
I was like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
I've seen you
Anne
100
Hathaway
times.
presents.
We present.
So cool.
And we're presenting
I can't
you.
wait.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that lineup. It's going to be really fun.
You're so unpretentious and you're so genuine and so generous. Yeah, you're just a very generous, very lovely spirit.
Oh, that's so sweet. I always think like I have such a big ego in terms of
No.
like thinking like, oh, you're awful at this.
No,
Yeah,
I would
Like,
never
in
say you're
terms of that,
egotistical at
but,
all.
That's very sweet.
But I guess ego is I guess neurosis and ego are one and the same in a way. Like, I understand what you're saying because neurosis is like what's everyone thinking, like
Yeah.
about me specifically. So I guess I get it from that end, but I wouldn't call it like ego because you're not like selfish.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're
That
not
un-
selfish.
Until you ruin my career for talking on Olivia Coxon.
Cockburn.
Cockburn.
Oh,
Just think of the worst option.
Think
Oh,
about a
cockburn.
symptom of an STI, cockburn.
Harry Styles.
By which
you're
I
out
mean
there.
Olivia.
Oh, we didn't even get to the fact that you're a huge Harry Styles fan.
Are you
I
really?
like. I think. Yeah, I really loved. God, what's
One Direction?
No, what's the album before this one that he had?
Sign of the Times? No.
That's
No.
a single, isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
it is.
It was.
Sorry.
What was it? I don't know.
Not
I'm
Harry's
not a big
House.
fan of
Harry's
him.
House is
No.
the new one. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm lukewarm on him. I'm fine with him, but I'm not a fan of him.
No, I think I was like.
If I see him on the street, I'll say hi.
I think
I don't even think I would. Honestly, I
Okay,
don't think I
that's
would.
messed up. Fine Line.
Fine Line.
That's a
Fine
good
Line
album.
really
you're a
got
legit
me.
fan of Harry
Fine
Styles?
Line
I
is
was
a
like,
good album.
Well, what I did in the pandemic, I like moved home to Connecticut, and all I did all day was get high and walk like 10 to 15 miles, like on the road, on the street, and just like listen to podcasts and books and like music.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
do. We're very similar. That's exactly how. That's kind of
Yeah.
like how I like spending my time.
and
as well.
I was like getting unemployment, and I was like getting over a girl at the time.
Aren't we all?
And no, I love I was like, oh my god, like Harry, like he's such a cutie. And then that
Aw.
album I really liked, and then I saw him a few weeks ago.
How was it?
I was on acid, which I'd never done before,
Whoa.
but I was in a
crazy
sea
place
of
to take
Midwestern
acid.
children. That's what was going on, and people, I was in the crowd, and like I was like kind of like singing, like waving around, like, well, I had to remind myself to move because my default would be because I was like so high, so I'd be like, oh right, like and like anytime I would like sing along, like if I knew something, like people around would be like they'd get really, it's like I felt like I was like felt so out of place.
Wait, you were not the oldest one there.
There's
No, I
way.
wasn't the oldest one there,
Olivia
but I was in a
Cockburn
But
was
did
the
you
oldest
feel
one
old?
there.
Did you?
I felt really old. Well, they
Yeah.
were like
children.
I
yeah.
felt like I'm not a like I have a fan, Kristen Carey, and she has a TikTok. Sorry. She has a TikTok, and like
Following
she
other
follows
people on
Harry Styles
TikTok?
on tour, and like she knows so much info about him, and like there's like a whole like kind of cult following to Harry Styles, not in like a bad way, but just like there are so many things I don't even know in that universe. I'm just like a fan. Lesbians for Harry.
Lesbians for Harry.
Lesbians for Harry.
That's
And-
how we'll end it.
And no, but before we end, a lesbian for Harry, would you please talk about what you have going on in the near future? Anything you want to plug?
Please come to Fatherless Behavior at Heart Bar on December 3rd
Yes.
at 11:30 p.m.
Nice.
The lineup is really tight.
Nice.
And you
where
should
can they find the details of this on your Instagram?
on the
What's
on
your
Instagram. My Instagram is Molly_Zalman. And then the page is in my bio.
Nice.
Or
Awesome.
Fatherless Behavior. But
Cool.
I think that'll be fun.
Beautiful.
That's
It won't be as
beautiful.
good as that time we had Gabby on the show, but
Oh,
Awesome.
that was a fun show. I really liked being on that show. I remember. Sorry, it's getting real loud as I.
Yeah,
as we
the
talk about
radiator
this.
chose
Yeah.
to be a participant in the pod today.
Yeah, you asked me if I was in a doggy jazz band, what instrument I would play,
Yeah.
and I told you that I wouldn't participate because that music is sacred to doggies.
yeah.
And it was either you or Mike who called me a centrist.
It was definitely Mike. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mike goes big with the terms like that.
Yeah, fucking Mike.
All
But
right. Gabby, would you please plug and promote anything you have?
Okay, I just got a new 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle,
Nice.
so I'm gonna be doing that in December.
fuck yeah.
And okay, I have a. Do you actually have any shows or
Do you
anything
guys
else?
wanna-
I
plug
do, but
anything?
like lately I've been just follow me on Instagram. I'll plug and promote my shows. There's an Anne Hathaway show happening.
You were just in the New York Comedy Festival.
Yes, you were in a
I will.
roast- How did the battle go?
It's tonight.
It's tonight.
Shut up!
Yeah, I'll read you guys some of my jokes after this.
Oh,
'cause
nice. Yeah,
I
please.
actually have been. SB and I'm roasting a good friend, SB, friend of the pod, and she and I have been writing for each other.
SBR?
Yeah,
SB from
Rivadeneira.
Grizzly?
Yep.
SB or
That
She's the
that
best.
is fucking cool, dude.
She rules, and we've both been like a little like neglectful on the writing. So we were texting each other today, like, "Oh God, it's hard to think of how terrible and what a piece of shit you
Aw.
are." But I'm excited because she's such a good friend, and because she like knows the deal of what a roast is. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say some very cruel things, and I think we're gonna have a lot of
Awesome.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I have a show Wednesday at Madame Bonte, Laughing Your Mask Off. I'll show you the lineup after. It's cool. I have a me and 24 Hour Kiss Club, my sketch group. We are opening for Chicken Big on Thursday, I believe, and then
Chicken Big is great.
that'll be at BC. What are you saying?
Chicken Big is great.
Chicken Big is great.
That's gonna be a great show.
Nice. I love Chicken Big as well.
Hey Molly, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you fine. I love you. Keep plugging Arnold.
Yeah, I'm also on Hanukkah comedy.
He's trying to take our Hanukkah Clara show.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking great. I'll see you
Yeah.
guys. I'll see y'all there.
Nice.
They have
Friday.
a great apple cider frozen. Right? Is that Young Ethel's?
Yes.
They have a great apple cider frozen drink there. Man,
Ooh, very cool.
it'll get you quick. I'll be
Nice.
there.
For how earnest you are, you do make it sound very disingenuous that you love that drink.
It gets me really quick. They put a cinnamon stick in it sometimes.
Oh, who is this?
Okay,
Oh.
she's different.
So yeah, Hanukkah comedy, and then I'm gonna be in Portland, Oregon,
cool.
not Maine. Original recipe only.
Never go to Maine.
November. Sorry,
You would never go to Maine.
I would never go to Maine. But yeah,
You
November.
weren't supposed to hear that.
There's some tea on that.
No. November 25th through the 27th, I'm going to be performing at the Harvest Comedy Festival in Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Oh, you're doing little signals.
It's just our sign.
Yeah.
It's just our little sign.
It's our
Yeah.
handshake.
We always go up to each other and just knock our tongues.
Aw.
Use that as the thumbnail.
Yeah,
All of us doing that.
I will. All right, and all that remains to say is, would you look under the coffee table?
Did you get me a gift?
Look under the coffee table.
No way. No way.
Under the coffee table.
Oh
No.
my god, I'm so dumb. Wait, what?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gabby.
God, what? You stopped that right now.
Happy birthday, Gabby. A
You
keyboard.
picked out. I got Gabby a mechanical keyboard that has lights on it.
Is it also a vibrator?
Oh, I wish it was. I'd put it to use if I could.
Tactile mechanical keyboard for peak productivity. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lucas.
That's so sweet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's got effects.
it does. So many effects.
Oh,
You're
That's
gonna have
cool.
so much fun with this.
you can pair your iPhone?
You can do anything you
That's
want. with
cool.
it. There's so much you can do.
There's
Not
some cool
anything.
stuff in here.
Well, you can't do it to me.
Do you have to go to your show?
You do.
Okay, we're
I think
gonna
you need to go as well.
Yeah.
We need to get going. Molly Zalman, you have been an incredible.
I'm so sorry. Thank you.
You've been an
Thank
incredible
you for having
guest.
me.
We are so glad to have
Great
you.
fan of the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm really big fan of you guys.
Thank you. We're
This
fans
has
of
been
you.
so
Fans of
sweet.
you.
And we're
I'm
fans
honored.
of you at home as well. And we will see you next week.
I'll type to you on my new keyboard.
Yes, Gabby will.
Aw.